If you've ever listened to a story about love and thought, that doesn't sound like me at all, stay. And if you've ever been called cold, foolish, slow, or unrealistic for the way you loved, don't skip this. Because what I'm about to say isn't comfortable. It's not flattering. And it's not designed to make you feel safe. It's designed to explain why Aquarius is so often labeled a fool in love by people who don't even realize what game they're playing. Most people don't misunderstand Aquarius because Aquarius is complicated. They misunderstand Aquarius because Aquarius refuses to play by emotional survival rules. And that refusal comes with a cost. Let's start where the accusation usually begins. People say Aquarius is foolish in love. They say it because Aquarius doesn't react the way they expect. Because when things feel off, Aquarius doesn't explode. When red flags appear, Aquarius doesn't immediately run. When betrayal is possible, Aquarius doesn't start testing, checking, or guarding. To people who equate love with instinct, this looks insane. But what they're actually witnessing is not stupidity. It's a different operating system. Aquarius does not fall in love through instinct first. They fall in love through logic. That doesn't mean they lack emotion. It means emotion is not the steering wheel. Before attachment takes over, Aquarius asks questions, often subconsciously. Is this person consistent? Do their values align with mine? Is their behavior coherent? Does this relationship make sense beyond desire? Here's the assumption Aquarius makes, and this is where the first crack forms. If someone is reasonable, they won't hurt me. That belief sounds mature, intelligent, even evolved. And that's exactly why it's dangerous. Because love doesn't fail through logic. It fails through contradiction. Most people experience heartbreak as an emotional collapse. It's loud, immediate, explosive. Aquarius experiences heartbreak as a delayed implosion. At first, there's confusion. Not denial, confusion. They replay conversations. They compare timelines. They look for coherence. And while others are already grieving, Aquarius is still trying to understand how something that made sense stopped making sense. By the time the pain arrives, it doesn't feel sharp. It feels structural. Something inside them shifts permanently. This is why people underestimate how deeply Aquarius hurts. Because the pain doesn't perform. It settles. And once it settles, it doesn't leave. That's the first reason Aquarius is called foolish in love. They trusted logic to protect them. The second reason is harder to swallow. Even for Aquarius themselves. Aquarius often knows something is wrong and stays. Not because they're afraid to be alone, not because they lack self-worth, but because uncertainty is worse than discomfort. Aquarius does not leave relationships based on feelings. They leave based on conclusions. And conclusions require data. So when something feels off, Aquarius watches. They observe patterns. They compare words to actions. They wait to see if the behavior repeats. From the outside, this looks absurd. People say, "You already know. Why are you still there?" What they don't understand is this. If Aquarius leaves too early, doubt follows them forever. They will replay the decision. They will question their judgment. They will wonder if they misread the situation. So they stay, not because they're weak, but because they refuse to act on incomplete information. This is where the accusation of foolishness grows louder. Because most people don't value certainty. They value emotional relief. Aquarius values clarity, and clarity takes time. Here's the uncomfortable truth most people don't want to admit. The people who call Aquarius foolish for staying are often the same people who leave impulsively and carry unresolved resentment for years. Aquarius doesn't want that. They want a clean ending. Which brings us to the third accusation, and the most damaging one. Aquarius trusts too much. That's what people say, but that's not accurate. Aquarius doesn't trust easily. They trust deliberately. Once Aquarius decides to trust someone, it becomes a principle, not a feeling, a commitment. I will not love you while monitoring you. Aquarius hates suspicion. They hate emotional surveillance. They hate relationships that feel like strategy. So when they trust, they do it fully. No tests, no traps, no hidden agendas. This is where things turn dangerous. Because Aquarius assumes integrity is universal. They assume that if they're honest, others will be too. If they're loyal, others will value loyalty. If they don't play games, others won't either. That assumption is not naive. It's idealistic. And idealism is expensive. Here's the part Aquarius rarely admits. They don't get hurt because they trust. They get hurt because they assume everyone values integrity the way they do. That assumption is the real blind spot. When betrayal happens, Aquarius doesn't react dramatically. They don't beg. They don't rage. They don't seek revenge. Something much quieter happens. Their internal contract dissolves. And once that contract is gone, there is no relationship left. This is where people get shocked. They mistook patience for tolerance. They mistook silence for weakness. They mistook trust for foolishness. And then suddenly, Aquarius is unreachable. Not angry, not emotional, just absent. Which leads to the final and most misunderstood truth. Aquarius is not foolish in love. They simply refuse to play defense. They don't believe love should feel like warfare. They don't believe intimacy should require armor. They don't believe connection should be built on control. Aquarius doesn't test loyalty. They don't provoke jealousy. They don't withhold affection to maintain leverage. To people who equate love with power, this looks ridiculous. Unprotected. Foolish. But what they're actually seeing is someone who refuses to corrupt love to survive it. Aquarius chooses sincerity over advantage. And yes, that choice is costly. It means they will sometimes be hurt. It means they will sometimes be misunderstood. It means they will be blamed for not defending themselves in relationships that were never meant to be battles. But it also means this. When Aquarius loves, it's real. No manipulation. No strategy. No hidden motives. They don't try to win. They try to connect. And when connection fails, they don't destroy the other person. They simply withdraw access to themselves. That's not foolishness. That's clarity. So when someone calls Aquarius foolish in love, ask what they're really saying. Are they saying Aquarius trusted too deeply? Stayed too long? Refused to play games? Or are they admitting they don't know how to love without armor? Because there's a difference. And if you've ever loved sincerely in a world obsessed with defense, you already know which one hurts more. If this made you uncomfortable, that's a good sign. Like it if it names something you've never said out loud. Share it with someone who still thinks love is a game. And subscribe, because clarity is rare and most people run from it.